Social media is the platform the future generation would rely on to carry out research work. It has also become the platform and home for tribal wars and bigotry in Nigeria. Welcome to another episode of Sip&Ponder with Sirguy is here. And all the way from UK, we were joined by Obinna. Obinna, welcome to Sip&Ponder with Sirguy is here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
How do you feel to be here with me today?
So far so good. Just start with apologies of not being able to meet up with the our earlier scheduled appointment. But however, I'm giving it a shot now, and it's okay. I feel what would I say? Yeah, I feel happy. Like I'm about to give my view. Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you for joining us on Sip&Ponder today. So let's just hit it straight up, okay? You've been on the Twitter space for far so long than I can remember, and you would agree with me that activities on Twitter, which is popularly known as X now, increasingly have become a place whereby bigotry and tribal war have been going on, especially in Nigerian Twitter. So let's have your opening review on a bigotry.
Okay. First, I will say that bigotry is not only on Twitter. Like it's a thing that most of us are born with. So, however, why it's popular on Twitter is because Twitter is a platform where views is not like Twitter, is not like Facebook, not like Instagram, not like TikTok. Is Twitter is very political, and it's where people share a lot of views concerning things. So there's no much line of content like videoing on Twitter. Twitter is where you see the ratings, make it go. So because of that, we also begin to see this also sad part of our social life, which is also, like I mentioned, bigotry. So for me, bigotry does not it does not start from social media anyways. To start with, it's something that we grew up with. So when we come on social media to see people talking about it, is they are manifesting what we have grown up to know. It's a stereotype that is being put in our head once we are born. While we go on, we can discuss about these things that you and I are actually guilty of bigotry. Not even looking at it at the bigger social media stage. In our little pocket of environments, we are guilty of bigotry. We are guilty of stereotyping people. We're guilty of tribalism, trying to secure our own paths. It's inherent in man to be selfish, and it's also inherent in man to also not to go to that extreme path. And remember, anything you're doing in an excessiveness is it's let me say you're doing it in a wrong path. Is you are more like the what they used to preach in church in Bibles. When you go out of your way to do things that are actually not too good, it's become bad. The same way is bigotry. When you go out of your way to do things that extreme is bigotry. You have left the environment of the issues with this thing, and you're going to the negative parts. And above all, bigotry is negative, is negativity. There is nothing good about bigotry. There is no gain around the whole bigotry. So while we go on, we can discuss other things that have to do with bigotry, like tribalism, even racism. It's just it have different forms and different names. All right. Thank you.
So when we look at the process of nation building in Nigeria, you come down to the people itself. We are a multi ethnic, nation. There are people that make this argument that when you come to the real world, when you come into the actual world where we get physical and things, you find Igbos get married to Yoruba people, you find Hausa people get married to, we all interact. We all participate in the same social events, attend the same mosques, the same churches. However, when you come to social media, you find this stiff narrative and this agenda that is aggressively being pushed. Some have this argument that these agendas, these tribal wars are socially being engineered by the benefactors of those in the political class who happen to benefit from this division that exists among us. What is your perspective to this?
Um, I think when it comes to bigotry, people like the reason why they benefit from it is because they have seen the usefulness of it in that negative part. If someone sees that division is going to make him whoever they want to be, they will use it very well. For example, if I'm to run for a local government chairman in um my LGA, and I see that part of the bulk votes is going to come from the particular place that I am from. You know, like the autonomous community I'm from is going to give me the bulk votes. So what will I do? I'll tell them that I'm their person. You don't have any reason to go outside. This is our turn. This is my own. Like you should have to just do this because you people have to allow me. If you lose it, you want to give it to another person. You don't know the person. So bigotry, they make use of it, especially when there is no competence to argue it, when there is no character. In fact, when there is no substance, that's why people now hide under the cloak of bigotry to cover their incompetence, to cover their flaws. Imagine someone that telling you, okay, just because he's your brother, that's why they will need your support. And somehow you feel obliged, you feel like you have to, because you can't say no. You feel that you can't say no, but actually you can't say no. So Nigeria is a multi-ethnic. It's not about Igbo outside Europe. This this major ethnic, there are about hundred of other ethnics inside there. So they have also different language, like different languages in Nigeria. So in those languages, they also have to protect themselves. So for me, I'm saying that I don't want to say that bigotry have come to stay, because actually it is the stereotype that we grew up with. So like I have earlier said, on the social media, what manifests is not something that is coming out newly. It's something that they have already told us when we were small. Like typically, as an Igbo man, you see, we were growing up when you call somebody from Yoruba, Ofe man. You understand? You call somebody from yes, from Mausa, Ndugu, or Abuki. Abuki. You understand what I'm saying? So when I was growing up, I know of Abuki. I didn't know Abuki was even was a form of sarcasm. People were using to throw insults. You know. So even Aboki means my friend, but the way we call it, they call you Aboki or Mutula. You know that get sense. You understand? So they have taken you to that extent that you have judged a whole people by a particular sect of people. I remember when we were growing up, we don't know other people know, like not that you know 1% of them. You only know people that have come down to do some trade in your area. So you don't know Jack. So because of that, you're trading with few of them. You have made a hasty generalization of all of them. You understand? And that is very bad. That's very one of the bad things that will do, that will make we begin to. That's how stereotyping starts. You start saying these people are like this, these people are like this, people doesn't bath. This, it comes. You say it in your household. Your child hears it. He doesn't know what it means. He's growing up. It now comes to Twitter, and someone now says, these people, they used to behead people, oh, they used to eat human being, oh. You understand? You're like, oh, that's true. I've heard it before. It begins to fuel. Now, if it's something that you also need to use against your opponent or somebody that you feel that it's not something you now use to fuel whatever negative energy that you have.
Okay, I am about to put you on the spot now because I feel we won't be doing justice to this particular subject matter if we do not hit on this. There are people that believe, I used to have this perspective 2 3 years back, that unlike the popular saying that the British divided us to conquer us, that we were rather united to conquer. We were being united so that we fight each other. There is always this perspective by people who say, I am Biafra, I am Ojuduwa, I am this, that we as a continent will thrive more and have mutual respect for each other when we are separated. So do you agree to the fact that we were being united so that we can easily be conquered, or you are a one Nigeria, you belong to the political class of those that say one Nigeria? I'm putting you on the spot. I know you wouldn't have liked to speak on this.
No, no, I think you're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing it somewhere. Those people who believe in one Nigeria, eh? Those who believe in one Nigeria, it's not all of them also believe in the political class. What I want to say is that some people believe in one Nigeria without believing in whatever thing they are doing in politics, like the life that goes on with it. Yeah. So, back to your question, your first question, whether I belong to people of one Nigeria or I belong to, okay, they have to bring us together to, like there is this book that said how Europe underdeveloped Africa. I don't know if you have read that book. So okay, so there are different versions of these stories. Anyways, I don't want to say that I have the total like the idea of the whole stuff, but there are different versions to these stories, and people are with their own peculiarities and their answers to their problems. Me, I don't have people's answers to their problem. In fact, I don't even have the answer to Nigerian problem to even start with. You understand? But I believe that there could be a path to the answer. So to answer you, they have never been a united people. Look at what they have. Look at, for example, they have what they call United Nation. Why why would people come and get and say they are United Nation? That means they have not been united before. If they were actually united, they wouldn't have been answering United Nation. Where I stay is what they call it them. What they call my president call the United Kingdom, right? It means people have to come out. That means they don't united. They have to come out to unite. So what does it tell you? People has never been united. Human beings are never united. In fact, to make it to be precise, human beings wants independence. Nobody wants to be caged. As individual, now why country also come to have this what they call United Front? Is interest. You understand? Is interest. Even back then, it was this interest that they used to fight wars. First, Second World War. People like, okay, let's meet. Let's so that these people won't have their way. So when they talk about like let's bring it back. I don't even want to talk about international. Let's just talk about home, like Nigeria. Nigeria as a whole. Talk about Biafra, Duduwa, and Ariwa. What is the issue?